gives me extraordinary pleasure now to bring the man of the moment and connect with him, Mr. Sunil Bharti Mittal. Mr. Mittal, congratulations on getting this honor. You are the first Indian to receive this honor. So what is the feeling like, sir?
Well, thank you very much. The feeling is one of happiness, and importantly, I feel delightfully, sort of humbled in a sense to accept this award. It's a great recognition for India and UK ties, and I feel that this award comes at a time when India and UK are determined to get into an FTA, do more and more things. So our presence here in the UK and the work that I've personally done in improving the relationship on the economic ties between our two countries has been well received here.
Mr. Mittal, the Indian economy now is almost a $4 trillion economy. It is as large as UK now. Do you think this is going to be beginning of a very long-term strategic relationship with the UK government, and this honor, in a sense, is a clear beginning of several more new milestones coming our way?
Indeed so. I mean, both economies are about the same level now, $3.3 trillion approximately. India, of course, is going to get to a much, much bigger economy in the coming years, and surpassing UK, Germany, and many others, becoming probably very decisively the third largest market in the world, as you're saying. UK and India have a lot of complementarity. India is a huge market. It provides for open investments. People can come and invest in India. There are a lot of technology pools here in the UK in the area of biotechnology, in the area of automobiles, in the area of electric vehicles, and importantly also in the area of defense. All those areas are where India's focus is today. So there could be a number of opportunities. We have seen Tata Group's presence here. We have seen Ruiyas who are here in the refinery sector. My own company, Bharti, is invested here in this country. So we should see a lot more action between the two countries in a variety of areas.
Mr. Mittal, Indian industrialists are now really forging things forward in foreign countries, whether it is Google or whether it is Starbucks. What is the secret sauce here, especially when it comes to UK, US, and other developed nations?
I think the acceptability of India as a partner or an investor, and Indians as people who are talented, is well accepted across the globe now. It is therefore no surprise when you see Indian after Indian leading global behemoths like Google or IBM or Starbucks. I mean, you can just keep on naming large global corporations which are now run by Indians. And the India's investment globally, a lot of companies have gone out in the globe, whether it is Tata's, my own company, Adani's, Mahindra's, Godrej, Bajaj, many companies are now venturing out because they are welcome. India's geopolitical position is in a very sweet spot. Our India as a market is very attractive, so they are always happy to have back and forth two-way trade flows and investments. So I would say great time for India, great time for Indian companies to go and invest globally now.
You were at the GBS forum where the Honorable Prime Minister also spoke about Achhe Din. But for telecom sector, last 10 years has been nothing sort of brutal, twists and turns, khatte and mithe both. So telecom sector ke achhe din kab aayenge?
I'm sure our Honorable Prime Minister also covered in his comments telecom. Uske bhi achhe din ab aane wale hain. I think we are heading towards ARPU of 300 rupees, and I hope it happens within the coming financial year, which we are entering from 1st of April. We need more investments into fiber, into infrastructure, into rural areas, eventually be ready one day for the 6G as well. So I personally believe that he was strong in his comment about many sectors, and I hope that includes telecom as well.
Mr. Mittal, you've been making a case that in India the ARPUs are lowest in the world for last couple of years, and it's been almost like a year plus for rollout for 5G. ARPUs are still not going up. Competitive intensity has reduced. Discipline and pricing discipline has made a comeback. Yet ARPUs are not going up. Why is that?
Well, I think it's a function of trying to get as many customers on board before one starts to make a move. But you have seen that from 120, 130, where the industry has reached down to, the average ARPUs are now 175, 180. We are at 208. Competition is between 140 and 180, 190. So it has improved. It's taken a much, much slower pace than I would have imagined. But I think we have come to a point where investments have now run ahead. We have spent nearly 80,000 crores on 5G spectrum and rollout. Our competition has spent over 100,000 crores, and there are no additional revenues, as you know. So time has come now to start to rationalize and repair the tariffs.
Mr. Mittal, do you think it is evidently clear that even though India is almost like a three-player market, you may want to call it more like a two large player market, it will stay like this, where there would be two solid players and two fringe players?
Well, we have four active players, including BSNL, three private and one public sector. Vodafone still has a meaningful share of 15%. We heard that they have not, we saw all of us the plans to raise more capital. I really wish them well. India is a large market. It's 1.5 billion people. It can certainly support 3 plus 1. But in the event we get down to a lesser number for any reason, I think there are two now very, very strong operators who are building digital highways to serve India's dreams.
Mittal, I know tight schedules are restricted to last couple of questions. 6G rollout. Just when the 5G full rollout has happened, everybody started talking about get ready for 6G rollout. With this kind of an ARPU level, do you think the industry will struggle for a 6G rollout? Is the industry prepared for it?
Well, I think that's all the more reason why this industry needs to be very healthy. Balance sheets need to be very strong. Revenue and the EBITDA needs to be strong, so that the companies are ready when the 6G comes upon us. 6G is still some years away. I think 5G has just sort of completed its cycle globally now. We are in 2024. I would say 6G will not be here before 2030. So these 5-6 years are required to make the balance sheets of the existing operators very healthy. And that's why the need for ARPU to go up.
So since you mentioned a number of 300 ARPU by next financial year, do you see that staying at 300 for a long period of time, or 300 is like going to be a moving target and it's going to overshoot itself significantly in 3 to 4 years?
No, if you really look at it, the worldwide ARPUs are significantly higher. I mean, we are talking about India at $2.2 now. At 300 rupees would probably mean $3.50. Even in the Southeast Asian countries, whether it's Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, which are similar kind of economic levels, the ARPUs are 12, 15, $16. So we need to get to a much higher level eventually. So 300 is the number that we need now, but the industry should keep pace with the inflationary pressures that it has on cost of rental for towers, fuel, employment costs, administrative costs, etc., etc. So it's everything is becoming very expensive. But let's first get to the 300 rupees, which has been a position that I espoused 6-7 years back, and we are still only 2/3 of the journey.
So will you take the first mover advantage? Would you initiate another price hike?
We have always been doing it. Whenever the next opportunity comes, we will not hesitate.
Last but one question, and I refer to a talk of yours at the India Economic Summit last year, where you insisted on the role of technology in AI that will change the dynamics for the telecom sector per se. Can I request you to throw more light on that, because AI is now the mainstay?
Well, in fact, since then, the technology momentum has really, really accelerated. AI is now going to drive a lot of technological shifts and decisions. If you are in Barcelona, where I was 2 days back for the Mobile World Congress, the shift and changes that are happening in the technology that telecom relies on is nothing short of mind-boggling. There is far too much happening there. One really needs to, absorb what all is going on. So I would say AI combined with solid telecommunication networks is going to power the world economies in the coming years and decades.
As a today's interaction, uh, can I really say that on the business side, the brutal competition and the kind of price we've seen in the telecom sector are behind us, and next 3 years will be significantly better than the last 3 years for telecom sector?
Well, let me start by saying I hope so. My own view is this industry has seen a lot of players ease out. From 12 operators, we are now down to 3+1. So I would say now the time is to ensure that the sector is healthy, it's vibrant, it has enough return on capital that is being deployed, and importantly, it keeps on rolling out India's dream of being leading country in the digital space.
Well, once again, congratulations on getting the honor, and thank you very much for accommodating this interview request. I know you're running between a lot of meetings, so really thank you once again.